Well, a plan to revolutionize what happens with our garbage is now on hold.
Yeah, commissioners in Kent County were supposed to vote this month on a sustainable business park, but they've delayed that vote until October. The commissioners want more information on how the park would work. They have delayed that vote because they just want to understand what would go into moving around all the waste associated with the park. So here's a look at where the project would go. Here's 131 by 100th Street. This is the South Kent landfill. Just below it, south of it, is 250 acres of land. I'm just gonna step into something a little more outdoorsy and step outside to show you what could happen here. Let's talk garbage. Right now, this bag would most likely end up in a hole in the ground. That's what's been happening in Kent County since the 1960s, which is when landfilling started here. Just north of this property, though, right along Buck Creek, Kent County Public Works employees are filling in the last cell of the last working landfill in the county. Let's rewind, though, back to this 250-acre property. Instead of burying garbage, the plan is to keep it out of the landfill and put it to use. A facility called a biodigester would go up right here on this property where I'm standing. And in that facility, they would have machines, drums, robots tearing open these bags and searching through it to see what they can salvage. So cardboard, cans, plastics, other recyclable materials. Did you know that for every 3 bags of garbage we throw away, the equivalent of at least 1 full bag is organic waste? Now, you can't compost a diaper. So what can you do with it? You can put it through a biodigester. The biodigester would have an anaerobic processor. And anaerobic just means there's no oxygen. A machine would squeeze all that organic waste and turn the liquid into a renewable natural gas. Then it would literally go back into the pipeline. Now, if you're wondering about squeezing all of that waste and the smell of that for the people who live nearby this property, the spokesman for the Department of Public Works told us it's actually not that stinky.
All the waste actually gets tipped inside a building, so you're not just out in the open air. There isn't stuff just sitting there, and then there's the scrubbers and everything that are associated with that, so it will definitely smell better than a landfill.
So if 100% of our trash goes into a landfill right now, then 65% could be kept from the landfill. We could save that. What would still have to go into a landfill would be things that, for now, we can't burn, recycle, or squeeze and turn into renewable natural gas.
The rest of this industrial park really will attract other tenants that can then process other materials as well. So we're really setting up and trying to kind of future-proof.
So if you haven't heard about the waste-to-energy facility before.
I'm not one of those people.
Yeah, that's what I mean when I say burn it. They incinerate trash. They have been since the 90s. That's when it opened. And by the way, the county would have already filled up another landfill if they hadn't opened it back then. Fun fact, in Michigan, we have more trash per man, woman, and child than any other state in the country.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It was interesting to learn about the process through your story here and how basically there's a lot of hope this plan moves forward.
Make it easy for us.
Yes.
I think that's what they're trying to do. We'll see what happens. We'll keep you posted.
All righty, Teresa Weekly, thank you so much.